Hi, I'm Claire and this is April Favorites. I have quite a few things I want to talk about this month, so let's get started. First, I want to mention my hair really quickly. I switched dyeing methods recently. I'd been using box dyes from the drugstore for a while, so I switched over to Manic Panic, which is a well-known organic / vegan brand of hair dye, which is meant to be a lot less harsh on your hair and meant to kind of nourish and condition it, as well as give you really saturated colors, which it really does. I used a full jar of the color Vampire Red, and when I first rinsed it out, it was so incredibly vibrant. It almost looked like hot pink under certain lights, which wasn't 100% what I was after. It was a little bit too pink, and also this stuff really stains like everywhere. I'm still finding little specks of like pinkish red in my bathroom everywhere, and it really stains like pillows and clothes and stuff like that when you first have it on, so it's a little bit high maintenance of a hair dye, but it does look cool. And now onto the important stuff. Let's talk about Doctor Who, because the new season has started, and without giving out any spoilers, I really am enjoying it. I have not really enjoyed a lot of the 12 and Clara interaction, mostly because I really don't like the whole impossible girl plot that was going on with Clara. I just don't really like her as a companion. I really like Peter Capaldi as an actor, so I was excited to see how the show would work with a new companion, and I really enjoy Bill. Apart from this weird fat-shaming moment in the first episode, which felt really out of place, I do think she's a really great companion for the Doctor. She's someone who's smart and inquisitive and curious and keen to learn more, and she seems to be asking the right questions. She arrives in a place that seems weird, but that is also back in history, and she goes, is this an alternate universe? Can I modify time? Do I need to be careful that I'm not erasing myself from history? All of these things that make her seem like a really good fit for a Doctor Who companion. There have only been 3 episodes so far. I thought the first episode, the pilot, was fine, apart from, as I was saying, this weird fat-shaming jibe where Bill mentioned that there was a girl who was hot and then got fat, and kind of implied that she wasn't hot anymore, or that Bill wasn't interested in her anymore, which is just very weird and doesn't seem in keeping with Bill as like a really nice person who seems to care about people. But never mind that, because this show is still ran by Stephen Moffat. With the second episode, Smile, I liked the setup. I thought that worked fine, but I wasn't quite convinced with how it was wrapped up in the end and how the Doctor resolved everything. Some of the things he did in the episode, I kind of thought, what are you doing? That makes no sense with the information that you have previously given us. Now, the third episode, Thin Ice, I really enjoyed. It's set in Victorian London, which I am quite fond of, so fair enough, it was something that was always going to appeal to me, but I thought it was really well written, and I really enjoyed the general plot of the episode, even though the CGI was very Doctor Who, let's just put it that way. Now on to music. This month I've been listening to Creature Feature, which is a new album by Shauna Maguire. You may well know Shauna Maguire as a science fiction and fantasy author, but she is also a musician. If you are in science fiction and fantasy fandom, you might know this type of music as filk, which is the folk music of science fiction and fantasy. Basically all it means is songs inspired by kind of science fiction and fantasy concepts or stories. This album features tracks such as Creature Feature, as per the title, Hack and Slash, Pandemic Flu, Zombie Wedding, and Time Travel Girl. I've been putting this on as background music as I was working all this month, and I've been really enjoying it. If you've never heard any of Shauna's music, I will leave a link below to a YouTube video of her favorite song of mine, which isn't on this album, but does exist on YouTube for you to watch. It's called Wicked Girls, and it is the song that inspired Shauna Maguire's recent novella Every Heart a Doorway, which is up for a Hugo this year, so I will highly recommend that you go and listen to that. Next up, I've got this Discworld coloring book that I picked up at a Bookish event this month. The illustrations are, of course, by Paul Kidby, because at this point it would feel a little bit weird to have Discworld illustrations by somebody else. But look at this beautiful one here of Susan. These are just gorgeous. We've got one of Errol, the little dragon here. Then we've got one of Death in all his glory with a cat, of course. There aren't that many pages in this book, but to be fair, they are quite intricate and they would take you a while to color, so I feel like that's kind of fair. And each page is also quite thick, and there isn't anything really significant on the back. There is a little picture of the trunk on this one, but it's not really something that you're going to feel bad about having on the back of a picture that you're putting on your wall, for instance. I'm really excited because I think the paper is actually thick enough to take a little bit of watercolor, and I really kind of want to do this this illustration of Great Ashwin and try a little bit of watercolors. And finally, let's talk about Harry Potter for a little bit, because last Sunday I had a kind of Harry Potter themed day, weirdly enough. In the afternoon I was going to go to a Witch Please meetup in London. Witch Please is a Harry Potter podcast that is done by two Canadian lady scholars who are wonderful, and one of them was in London. There was a meetup. I wanted to go, but I also had to go and vote in the French election in the morning, so I was going to have a big gap of time, and I decided to use that by going to the Harry Potter Museum in central London, the House of Mina Lima. It's a kind of graphic design museum that has a lot of the props and the design elements from the Harry Potter films. It's kind of a weird museum going experience because it's in this tiny, rickety, old central London house. It's over 3 floors, but they also have people working there that really know a lot about Harry Potter and that are clearly fans. So I had a nice long chat with someone who worked there, and then I also got things for myself in the gift shop. I have this cool kind of Oyster card general pass holder thing that is themed after the Quibbler. It's the one where you have the Spectre specs inside. This is really good quality. If you use any kind of card holder like this on a daily basis, you will know they fall apart really quickly when you have to pull them in and out of your jeans every day. So this is good to have, even though now I work from home and I don't have to take the train every day. My previous one was disintegrating, so always good to have. Then also from the House of Mina Lima, I got 2 sets of postcards. These are the Hogwarts collection, and they mostly feature kind of the cover art from books within the Harry Potter series. I got these because honestly everything in the House of Mina Lima that's not a postcard from the gift shop is ridiculously expensive. Like, all the prints are signed and numbered and they all cost like £100 minimum. So I thought instead what I could do is frame a whole bunch of postcards together as a kind of mosaic of all the school books that student wizards and witches use at Hogwarts, and that would look cool and not break the bank quite as much. Now, after I found those postcards, I thought I'd had a pretty good day of finding cute Harry Potter things for myself, but when I went to King's Cross for the Witch Please meetup, I still stepped into the Harry Potter store at platform 9 3/4, because that's what you do, isn't it, when you have a little bit of time to kill in King's Cross. And I found something new that had just come out in the shop that I was really excited about, and it is this very scarf that I was wearing, which is the Marauders Map printed on a scarf, and it's so cute, and I have been wearing it so much. It is ridiculous. Look at that. Look at how good it looks. So that's the thing that I bought immediately. The instant I saw it, I knew I had to have it, and I am not disappointed. I really love it. So that's it. These were my April favorites. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below if you have a favorite piece of merchandise yourself, even if it's not Harry Potter themed. I just really enjoy well-designed merchandise. If you'd like to see more from me, you can check out a recent video right about here. And if you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button on my face for more videos from me every week. I've been Claire, thanks so much for watching, and see you soon.